The Britishers had taken every step to give severe torture to the freedom fighters fighting for the independence of India. The horror stories of the jail had begun to spread across mainland India, where the prisoners had to suffer the Sajai Kalapani, known as punishment of black waters. Though the first war of independence was quelled, the flame for achieving freedom could not be suppressed. Soon, freedom fighters, taking part in various movements including the Wahhabi movement, the Manipuri movement, and a large number of Burmese from the Theravada against British rule, were also deported to the penal punishment in the Andaman. In May of 1857, people rose in mutiny across north and central India against the sovereign power of the British East India Company. The penal colony, which was designed by the British to break prisoners, would form one of the most darkest chapters in the India struggle for freedom. Cellular Jail was constructed during the phase in Indian history when the discontent against the British rule was rising, which was evident through the various civil movements all over India. The colonial rulers were making desperate attempts to suppress the freedom spirit. Let's look at some real-life experiences of cellular jail. The horrific torture of Sushil Das Gupta gave a chilling tale of torture. He was 26 years old when he was arrested and shipped out to the Andaman Islands on 17 August 1932. He was a part of a Jugantar party in Calcutta. Sushil, with the other 4 Jugantar party members, robbed a bus at gunpoint when the party had to raise funds for political activities. Sushil was found guilty for punishment. He was taken to the cellular jail at Port Blair, where he joined other exiled political activists. He was locked up in a small cell, measuring only 4.5 meter by 2.7 meter in size. To the back was a small iron vent. Out of the front, all he could see was a brick wall compromising the rear of another wing. No other prisoners were in sight. Such solitary confinement was how the cellular jail got its name. During 1911 and 1921, the jail confined the already famous freedom fighter Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. While studying in England, he became involved in the Indian nationalist group named the Indian House, for which he was jailed and imprisoned in 1910, and later being exported to the cellular jail at Port Blair. Apart from Sushil and Damodar, there were other prisoners as well. The freedom fighters like Batukeshwar Dutt and Yogeshwar Shukla. When Damodar got released, he wrote about disastrous tortures that happened in jail. He wrote about the harsh treatment by the cruel Irish jailer David Barry. Barry had self-declared himself as God of Port Blair. The punishments were brutal and exhausting. Britishers had no rules over, so they did horrendous acts over prisoners. Prisoners were also used to get soil filled in the marshy ground and to clean the forest to make roads. If the scheduled work was not completed on time, the political prisoners would have to face terrible physical torture and were held in shackles. The history of India's struggle for independence would not have been completed without an understanding of the cellular jail's role and the countless horrors that took place within its walls. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments which history you want me to cover in the next video.